Okay, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. We're still undressing the tree. So since you're here, I'm assuming you want to see the rest of the tree and have some chits and chats. I left off with a commemorative, so to speak, ornament. I left off with this. We got that at our local mall, this 2025. We're going to zoom way back. All the names are on here. They're all little ornaments. We got a family type of ornament. It's really neat, and something like this, they don't cost a whole lot. And I think ornaments like this, that they have the year, they have the people that you've celebrated that Christmas with. I think that's it's a really neat novelty. I'm just glad they have things like that. That's where I was going with that. Now, these we got in a store up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It's called Christmas Kringle. And it's an amazing store. They're open year-round. This is glass. All these are going to be the glass ornaments, mostly now. And I'm just setting them off on my living room buffet for now because these will have to be wrapped. But this is the year that we got married, so they write that on there for you at the store. Just real neat, like almost anything you can think of, they have an ornament for it, and I'll show you all the ones that we've gotten. Provided I don't have them all tied together. Our tree topper we got at a little town not too far from here. Every year they have something called Santa's Attic, and it's like people bring things, donate to sell, and then the money goes for that historical society's building. And he's pretty cool. He's fiber optic. He does light up. We didn't pay maybe $6 for him. It's amazing. It's really cool. Here's another one of those commemoratives. We got this one at Christmas Kringle because they have those kind of things there, like what they have at the mall. Trying to work. I strung some little beads that to me looked like cranberries. Because we have a cat, I didn't want to string real cranberries, and I didn't do the popcorn. I'm thinking about doing the popcorn, and you may not have seen that you can use Great Stuff or Gap filler, and you lay out a piece of string, and then just just spritz a little, makes it look like little popcorns. Well, I just strung these little beads that came from a floral thing off of a Dollar Tree thing, and it just looks like cranberries. Just simple things that you can do, or just me thinking, and I always come up with something weird sometimes. Today, speaking of coming up with stuff, I needed to fix the return register vent that they had. Well, we've lived here 3 years, and it's one of those that sticks out like 3.5 inches from the wall, and it's just hideous. So I came up with a different idea. Of course, I need to fine-tune it a little bit because it's awkward, the cut that they made into the tile. And I will do that once I can get out to the garage. It's not so cold out. But this is one we got this last year at the Kringle store. We like cardinals around here. This garland, we got this at Menards. We don't normally, oops, that was glass. Don't normally call it garland. I like to call this Judy because it's fun. Because Judy. I mean, you gotta have Judy on the tree. I'm not a tinsel girl. Let me know, do you like tinsel? Some people call this tinsel. I guess it could be tinsel garland, but I've always known it as garland. And garland always smells like Christmas. As a kid, you get used to it, and that's me. Okay. Some cat toys under here. Alright. And we've got, of course, we had to get one of these. We got this a couple years ago. Because give peace a chance. I guess this isn't so bad. Normally when I'm taking the tree down and I'm by myself, it's kind of sad. But you guys are all hanging out with me. We got this cake up at the Kringle store. Most all of our glass ones, if not all of our glass ones, are from the Kringle store. But it was just a pretty slice of cake. Same with this. We got this up there. These do come apart, but I never took them apart. And they're glass. Those are the things that Ray refuses to put on the tree because they're glass. She doesn't want to be responsible for breaking them. And we got this at Kringle. It's a really neat store. They have literally any kind of genre you're thinking about, and such pretty pieces. They have miniatures, they have music boxes, they have snow globes. I'm big into snow globes. They have snow globes. They have, oh, you name it. They probably have it. And the staff there is always wonderful. I'm running out of space on my bottom compartment there, so I need to put that second layer up on there. If I could find another one of these, even paying full price, I'd be okay with that. Then we got an actual s'more. They're pretty cool. And another glass one. This is a thin glass one. This is the one we got when we moved to the current house that we're living in. And the date. I've seen some blown glass ornaments. I myself am afraid to put that kind of thing on the tree as well. If that's something to be where Ray's afraid to put certain ornaments on, I am afraid to put a blown glass ornament up on that tree. That's a really old one. This isn't one that my grandma had, but she had these. I do have some that were my grandma's. I don't know if I put any on the tree. They're very fragile. My thumb went through 2 of them, and being the glass that they are, they sliced my thumb. So you have to be real careful with the glass ones, the really old vintage glass ones, because they look metal, but they're very thin glass and they cut really deep. Then we have our fishermen. We're avid fishers, so that one was a cute find. Some of those we found at a thrift store. This is not an ornament, but he is an ornament to our tree. I usually have him hanging on the cord to the ceiling fan, but it just benefits me because I'm so short, and other people hit their head. So I took it off of there. It's a keychain, but it became an ornament. We didn't have a lot of ornaments right away. So keychains and things of that nature. Glass bobber. And since you're probably viewing this on Friday, how was Thursday? Did you do anything fun? Did you go out to eat? Are you looking forward to your weekend? We got another one of those old-fashioned-y ones. I may just need a separate one for all my glass ornaments. Our glass ornaments are probably going to need their own box. And I do have one, but I believe it's fabric-y. It's like that. Oh, it's not even really a cloth. It's like a paper cloth. And I'd rather these be in a plastic. So we used to have a pop-up. So we saw this, and of course, had to have it for memory's sake. We don't have the pop-up. We moved it. When we moved here, we had to get rid of it. Not because we had to get rid of it, but we kind of had to get rid of it. Because where I live, they don't let you park a pop-up in your yard, which we wouldn't be able to get it in our backyard because we have a big gate with a PVC fence. But you're also not allowed to park it in your driveway. It would have to be in the garage, and if it's in the garage, then I don't have a workshop. So that wouldn't have worked. Then we got that one, Kringle Shop. So we sold it. This is really old. I used to get these as a kid. Santa would put them on my packages. And I've kept them all this time. Not because I'm a keeper, but I am, so to speak, a keeper of things. I've gotten better with not trying to keep absolutely everything. It's hard. You can keep memories forever, but sometimes you have to let things go. And if you're somebody that wants to remember everything always, something I've done and something my mom's done in the past, and I've told a lot of people about it, is take pictures. Take groupings of things that you might not use, but you don't want to get rid of because you have memories of using them or somebody gave them to you. Do little grouping collage things, put them in a scrapbook, put them in a photo album. You know, you can flip through and you're always going to remember it just by sight. You don't have to have the physical item. We live in a pretty small house, so that's going to become a thing real soon around here because I have so many kinds of knickknacks, but with wanting to have someday, I do totally want this house to be Christmas, every room Christmas, all year round. Right now, we have the Santa room. You can see Santa. He moves. He's very vintage, but he moves. His candle lights up. The one over there, we thrifted that at Santa's attic. He's really cool. I have one sitting on the couch. Well, you can't see it. It's backwards. And he kind of sits and makes music. He's got a music box I have on the table, a Santa that wiggles his hips. I've got a group of gnome Santas sitting by the door. A lot of Santas. I have a shelving unit with Santas. However, I'm going to be building a standing unit that goes floor to ceiling because I have that much stuff that I want to display. But the things that I would normally display in a living room, where do I put those? So I want to group them because I don't want to forget about them, and I remember pretty much things I shouldn't have to remember, but I do. And I want to be able to have them collectively, but if they're going to live in a box, if anything has to live in a box most of the time, it's not really worth keeping. You're just keeping it to keep it. So let things go. And that can be said for keeping memories that you shouldn't have that backpack to carry, full of memories that are holding you back. If you have things that make you feel less, if you have things that you're struggling with because you don't know how to fix it for somebody, and I'm a big proponent, I do that all the time because I just want people to be happy. I just don't want people to struggle. But their problems are not yours to carry in your backpack, if you think about it that way, and try to let things go. My big thing for 2026, beyond organization of everything, is letting go of things that don't bring me joy. It's not one of those feng shui moments or, I don't know, they had a name not that long ago for what that was. It's just making yourself lighter. Because I'm one that I would want to just keep everything from everybody, for everybody, and you just can't do that. It takes away from things for you to explore new and try new. And so that's why I've gotten rid of some ornaments that, one, were broken, because there's no sense keeping broken. Two, they may have been attached to a memory that was good, but didn't end up well. So why keep something that reminds yourself of something that didn't go well? Just a little food for thought. And Charlie got an ornament this year. And his ornament matches this ornament, which sparks some emotion. This was Chewy's ornament. We got this for Chewy the year after we moved here, because that was his first Christmas with us. Last year was his last Christmas with us. So it's bittersweet. And we're coming up on the anniversary of his passing, which is Valentine's Day. And I don't want to be sad on that day. I don't want to remember passing away anniversaries as sad. It's taken a long time to get to that point. February is a hard month for me personally. I lost my first son in February, 11 days after he was born. So it's a tough one. Because I celebrate his birthday in February, and I have to celebrate his passing, but I don't have to. I try to make it a celebration memory day. And though 11 days is pretty short, there's still a lot of memories there. So don't ever take any of the little small moments for granted. And sorry, I had to tap that off. And yeah, that being said, let's get back to the undoing the tree and let's lighten it up a little bit. Oh. And at that I have to pause. Hi everyone. Yep, we're gonna finish the tree. Couldn't finish it last night, Thursday night, as I got a very important phone call, and then we had to go do the adulting thing and get some groceries. So let's continue where we left off, and we left off with this ornament. This used to have a really bright blue, maybe almost teal, like a metal flaky thing, but it disintegrated. That's how old this is. And I was informed yesterday that this is at least 70 years old. It was on my grandma's tree, and yeah, it's a lot old. It still has a little bit of the sprinkle. I don't know that the camera's going to pick that up. I always called it a carrot. Some people call it a horn. I always thought it was a white carrot. But that's a very important ornament and deserves a special spot. I did pack up the ornaments that we took off yesterday. In our case here, you'll see that it's empty on the top because the bottom layer is all wrapped up, and it's the glass ornaments. Did that because I had this dandy little tote, and I put all the non-breakables in this clear one. It's so much easier to store your things that you're storing in the clear totes. You don't have to worry about tape with lettering that could rub off. So just an idea for you. If you have a colored tote, though, something that I've thought about doing because they are expensive to change out all at once. Eventually, all my totes will be clear. But the ones that are colored, what you can do is you can go to Dollar Tree or the Forest of Many Dollars, and you can get the clear pocket sleeves, like for a school report or something like that. And you can write on a piece of paper everything that's in that tote, and then just tape it to the outside of the tote. So then you don't have to worry about what's in there. And if in general you just write, hey, kitchen, you know, it's kitchen stuff or it's living room stuff, at least you'll know what's in there without having to open it and go through the whole thing. It's just an idea for you. All right, so let's get going. These are still attached, so that'll be at the end. This is an ornament we got this year. And although it is not breakable, I think it's a little fragile, so we're going to put it in the fragile box. This is a glass gnome that we got. It's pretty cool. Not sure what he's up to because his hands are behind his back. I will be wrapping those, but I'm not going to do that right now. This ornament was actually in that tote that we bought. If you watch my other video, you'll know that that tote came from the Goodwill. It came thrifted. And they left all kinds of little goodies, and this is glass. It's one of those extra careful ones, but it's the night before Christmas. It's a book. It's pretty cool. And like I said, I'll be wrapping those and putting them up afterwards. And we're getting down to the wire here. With this, again, it's a keychain, but he's pretty cool. He's a Lego, and he's also a flashlight. Got him a couple years ago. Probably our first Christmas here, I had Lego Christmas, and Legos are something that I've never really gotten. They're pretty fun, as long as you have a book to follow, because as creative as I am, I could sit and look at a pile of Legos and not have any idea what to do with them. So if y'all do Legos, good on ya. Because those take some patience and some good know-how. Let's move this out of the way. We got Charlie joining us. He's taking a nap. Well, he may make an appearance. So we can get both of these off here. Like I said, our topper's pretty heavy. He's starting to lean with it, rock with it back there. We got these grapes. Ooh, that's way close up. These also came in the box that we bought. They're glass. Pretty vivid. And then this is an ornament that I made. This is my logo for Grandma Kitty's Army. And I made it in 2020 because that's when we became established. And it's glass. All right. Charlie, I think we're getting down to the wire here. He's been so good with things laying around. He doesn't really get into anything. And down to 3 more ornaments here. And then, of course, the topper that we need to take apart. This is a shatterproof, so that's going to go in that plastic bin. There's a little grouping of bells, because every time a bell rings, y'all know. And this is a very old ornament. And I believe this was my great-grandmother's as well. So, lots of memories to treasure. That is not breakable, but that always does go in with the fragiles. Alright, let's move the shatterproof out of the way. We're going to work on getting the topper down. Let me see if I can adjust you a little better. I am short, and I think that's about as tall as I can get that to go, but I will do my best to show you as I stand on my tippy toes. And I have to unwire him. I had him on there with a branch. But we got this. It's even got the tag on it. We got this from a local thrift store. He's fiber optic. He works. And he was, I don't know if you could see that, he was $3.99. I could not even believe it. I wasn't sure if he'd work, but we plugged him in. And he's heavy, but he's got the little treetop just sits in there. And he worked. You can also, things like this, you can also, put the cord. I see they did that. They cut a little notch. You can put the cord behind and you can sit them on a shelf. You don't always have to use things for their intended purpose. In fact, I like to buy things that I can do multi-purpose things with. So always keep that in mind. Just set him up over here. Oh, and we have some at the bottom. Don't want to forget these. All right. Another handmade goodie from my son, way, way back when. And then this is another, we got this when we moved here. It was our first ornament. Peanut butter and jelly go together. But it's okay to have them separate. So set that there. All right, now we can get to the ornaments that were stuck on Santa. So we have a shatterproof ball and a little gold angel that I got from my mom a long time ago. And that always sits near the top of the tree as well. And then our last shatterproof ball. Well, that looks bad. I may have to touch that up with some paint. It happens. All right, not sure I'm going to have you watch me take the tree to move the tree, but I do want to show you the lights. Because like I said, I usually wrap the lights from within. It's a lot of work, but I like a lot of light. And then I do the ornaments from within to out. But this year, well actually I think we got these last year. So yeah, last year we got these. And they work like a charm. Because I can pull them all out of here without pulling the tree over on myself would be a good idea. Oop, one more little ornament. Little candy cane. That'll make it into the shatterproof box. The strands are quite long, so what I do is I just wrap them up again from the bottom. I'm knocking all this flocking down. It looks like it's snowing in the house. So yeah, we got snow. It was a surprise. I call it a pleasant surprise. Everybody else called it a nightmare today. As long as you're careful and the other drivers are careful, it's pretty to look at. But I'll show you. It comes like this. Comes on a ring. We ordered ours from Amazon. We always see that the Menards store local to us, they decorate their trees, which is a job I used to do when I worked at Menards. But they don't sell them. They did the same thing one year. We didn't have any toppers for some of the trees, so I handmade a bunch of ribbon bows. And lo and behold, 2 Christmases later, they were selling them. So that was interesting that they marketed those. That's okay. I don't own the market on bow making or bow distribution. But yeah, it comes like this. And It's probably, well, our tree is probably a 5-foot tree. I don't, well, could be a 6-foot tree. It's probably a 6-foot tree because I am just under 5 feet tall. So I think you'd probably have enough here to do a 7-foot tree with the amount that I have to normally loop up and over. And then we always use something like this. You can get these at Menards. I've seen them at like pretty much all your box stores. And they come with a remote and a number that corresponds with a button on the remote so you can turn things off and on without having to climb under and unplug all the time. And it just takes a regular plug. And then just the grounded plug. So I always pack that with, so then I know that that goes with the tree. And yeah, so here's our lights. These lights I should have shown, you know what? Let me show you. Show you how they look. It's a little bright in here. Got a handy dandy little power strip right here. Turn them on. There. Now, in order to change them, I'm partial to the very vivid colors. But in order to change them, there is a button. There is no remote, unfortunately. The lights that my wife has on her tree downstairs has a remote to change them. But they go soft light. They blink. I don't want to have that one too much. They will fade into each other. I think there's like 8. This is the fade. And I believe they'll fade from color to the white light. Yeah. And then we go back to the colored ones. So that's always an option, and it's super quick. I have a set similar. We thrifted, if you can imagine that. Nothing wrong with them. They're kind of small. They're actually really old. They came in packaging that came from Kmart from years ago, because I would know the packaging. And nothing wrong with them. They lit up. In fact, I have them on our tree out front, outside. And so they've weathered the whole winter. They still work. We've had some bad storms. Not a problem. So if you're looking for a real easy way to light trees, because trust me, wrapping around and around, or even buying pre-lit trees, you know, they don't last forever. We'd always bought in pre-lit trees, and then about 3 years later, we're needing to add lights. So this is a really good option. They're really not super expensive. Shop around. I've never seen them in a box store, not in your Targets, your Walmarts, your any of that, but that doesn't say they won't have them down the line, because I think they're becoming a popular item. But Amazon had them. I don't know, Temu may have them, if you're familiar with Temu. So we're going to set those over there. I'm going to have to do an old switcheroo, and I'm hoping I don't knock you over, because the tree that's going over here is right behind you guys. So I think we're going to just take this guy, and we're going to move him. Because like I said, she, tree, is getting a makeover outside, and I can't do that now because, well, snow. So I'll need to take that out later. And then you find all the little goodies that have been left behind, all the little cat toys, and he's saving a little treat. Put that in his dish. He's a good kid. This is Charlie, if you see him on the screen. All right, now I'm going to bring this tree in, so bear with me. Actually, I think I'm going to pause you guys, and then I'll just add. All right, so I put the new tree in place. See if I can turn you a little bit. I'm just afraid you're going to fall off the way I have you. There you go. All right, so it looks like a birch tree. It's got LED lights on it. I did plug it into a power strip, and I brought the remote because I did plug it into that Christmas tree adapter that I showed you. So this is button number 3. So we're going to turn it on. Ta-da! It lights up. It's hard to see because it is daytime. The branches are totally bendable. We got this at the same thrift store. Oh, it makes it dark. Got it at the same thrift store that we got the Santa topper. I won't be putting a topper up here just because it's really light. But we are going to be decorating it for Valentine's Day. And I've got those ornaments right over here. Like I said, these are bendable. I don't want to bend them too much. I don't think, aesthetically, I don't think you need to bend them too much. Did get a little wind blown because we were keeping it outside on our lanai. So some of them got a little poked into others, and it's really tall. It's a lot taller than I remembered. We brought it in and it was in the house for just a little bit before we had our Christmas celebration. You know, if you ever notice, sometimes you got a good side of a tree and you got a better side of a tree. There is no bad side of a tree. But I'm going to lift this out here and try not to take off the lantern that's on the ceiling. And I'm just going to turn it. Charlie's really interested in what I've got at the base of the tree. That's much better. This side's much more full. And you can tweak it to how you like. Like I said, I'm going to decorate it in just a minute with you guys. But I do want to show you what I've got at the base. So I'm just going to tilt you. Okay, so I made planter boxes this last summer. And it's just made out of some spindles that you would use on a railing. Cut them up, screwed them in together, and just left it rustic looking after I scrubbed it down. And gives you the idea there. We got Charlie inspecting it. Curious enough, and he's going to probably be sitting in there at some point because he really likes that box since I brought it in. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover the top of it. I may fill the base of it with something. I know if I put something soft in there, he's going to probably lay on it as long as he doesn't topple that over, which I'm not sure he would be able to with the box. I'm okay with that. It's his house too. So let me go get the ornaments while you guys look at the tree. Nothing super fancy, but that's okay. Because while we were at the Forest of Many Dollars, we picked up a few, and they're light enough to go on the tree. So we have these. Unfortunately, they have the strings to tie to hang them, and I may just swipe some of the, yeah, these are strings too. We got two packages. We got this color, and we got this purpley pink color. There we go with the lighting. There we go. So I think that would probably be the best bet, is to just kind of sneak a few ornament hooks. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. Finishing this up. I normally don't post on a Friday. Let's see if I can get the light to click back in. You guys are cockeyed. Fall over. So I think I'm going to finish this tree up. I'm going to tell you that I appreciate you stopping by to finish watching this video and undressing the tree with me and putting up our new tree. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to put them below. Would love to have conversations. Would love to see you guys conversating with each other. And again, I don't normally post on Fridays. I do go live over on TikTok, same name as this channel. And yeah, no rant. I have one, but every day doesn't need to be a rant. Hope you have a beautiful day. If you're out in the winter, stay safe. Drive safe, drive defensively, I think, because you never know who you're going to be driving with on the road. And like I say, it's not that tough. Stay awesome. Be yourself. You're more than just a face. And I'll see you guys next week.